Hello and welcome back to Open, everyone. Every time we come back on air, my rap is going to be positioned differently. I hope you're enjoying this. Make sure you go to the class. All right, so once again, if you want to learn more or you want to just hit us up, make sure you check us out on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television, and me too at Rhina Valentine. I'd love to hear your thoughts about the head wrap, and I'll even be able to send you some more information on the Crown class. So our next guest is the founder and executive director at Bronx World Film, Inc., a nonprofit dedicated to art house film for integral human development. And this summer marks their 7th season of Bronx World Film Cycle, a summer cinema series that takes world-class programming to, it's going to take it to the Bronx parks this year for free. So here now to tell us more, we welcome the founder and executive director at Bronx World Film, Inc., Walter Krochmal.
Morning, Rhina. Thank you for having me on. It's a pleasure to be here at BronxNet. I'm in great company, these fabulous guests, artists who are taking on the role of activists and organizers. That's what we need to do, seize our narrative.
And it's actually, everything all ties in today, in today's episode, because you're doing the same through the film, right?
That's correct.
Right, because the films, I understand that you choose also have a social consciousness and messaging behind it to elevate our existence as human beings, right? However, I want to talk about the fact that you've had this summer series going on for it's since 2011?
Well, actually, we've had a winter program.
Right.
Since 2011, when I founded the organization, we've had a winter cycle.
Right.
And that's taken place in Manhattan.
Right. Right. That's what I was going to get. So, but yet you've kept the title, the Bronx Film Cycle.
Yes.
And so, hello, you came back home. Why did it take you so long to get back home?
When I founded Bronx World Film Incorporated in 2011, I had been in France as an actor at the Cannes Festival, Short Film Corner. And when I went there, I said, this is wonderful. What the French did in southern France, this institution that's become, world class. This is something that I think will be really important to bring back to the Bronx. I live in the Bronx, and I think that this has a lot of potential. The dealing with art house film, not commercial film, but film as an artistic discipline, which helped a lot of Europe recover after World War II.
Let's share with our viewers the difference between the two genres of film that you just referenced.
Well, art house is the term that refers to film as an artistic discipline. It's often made at the discretion of the director. It's not about how many tickets can I sell. It's for smaller audiences. And I equate that with what came out of Europe after World War II. France, Italy, Germany, United Kingdom, all of these countries took to film to raise their economy, to raise their spirit, and in the process, they showed the world, well, look, this is how we dress, this is how we behave, this is how we eat, and it brought glamour and it brought development, because where you have film, every industry, every art, every science known to humankind participate.
Right.
And the concept then was that this will be something good for the Bronx. So unfortunately, I spent 2 years pitching the program to a variety of organizations in the borough, and I couldn't find an open door.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't find partners. I couldn't find a venue. Mm-hmm. So the La Nacional, which is one of the oldest cultural organizations in the city, it's been around since 1868, Spanish Benevolent Society, welcomed me. They said, we love your program, bring it here. I said, okay. And we've been holding the winter program for the last 6 years in Manhattan on West 14th Street, which has allowed us to grow and to become an international body. So unfortunately, that is the story behind why it hasn't been held here.
Well, the beauty of it is that it now encompasses the international component based on it actually residing over there during this period, right? And so now you're able to take that and invite it over here, and now it's a broader, it's going to be broader altogether, even though the venue is here in the Bronx. It's not just Bronx-based information. It's Bronx, I guess, I'm trying to get to, I get the flavor of what you're trying to do, or actually what you're doing. I shouldn't say what you're trying to do, because you're bringing it here now. And so now it's going to open up this community to what you have been doing.
And that was the original idea, is to find in my backyard
Right.
who are the filmmakers, who are the people that can create a community that's going to be able to seize their own narratives and tell their stories. So for the first time now, we're going to bring it to the Bronx, to the parks. And I'm setting up what's called, I call it the Roving Cinematheque Project. We're looking for alternative spaces throughout the borough so that in the summer, in the winter, we can take it to these alternative spaces and bring communities programming directly that might not have it.
Right. And so in the films themselves, and how do you choose them, right? Because I was going through your website and I saw something I found really interesting, which was Buto. And not too many people know what Buto is, but I love Buto. I happen to have a friend who's from France who exercises the craft of Buto. And so I'm just wondering, like, what are the length storylines and how do you choose the storylines?
Well, when I have the privilege to go to France, I go to Cannes as frequently as I can. I go to the short film corner downstairs. It's not the glamorous upstairs, it's the downstairs where the young emerging filmmakers have their own showcase.
Yeah, the guerrilla style
That's it.
theater.
So
I mean, that theater, the guerrilla style film. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I go there, they rent out these computer terminals. There's like 30 computer terminals, and you can go and you can watch all the short films that are on there, that are on the program and you can choose the country, you can choose the genre, you can
Nice.
watch the film, you can communicate with the filmmaker right there, send them an email, and that's where I get a lot of my material from. I also get a lot of material from Central America because that's my region. So I'm mixing that, and I'm now reaching out to Bronx filmmakers, so I'm making this mix. I mix it all together.
Nice.
I'm not bound by any constriction. I throw it all in the pot, and it's like stone soup, add some more, and then see what we have. How do we curate it? How do we organize these different films from different countries, from different cultures, from different genres? How do we make it fit? How do we piece it together? So I curate the program based on what I have when I'm done. I have a program.
I love it. No, I just went in. I'm in there, right? Because I'm saying, oh, this is so fascinating because you tell your story through the curations of the films that you're sharing with everybody.
They dictate the themes.
love
They sort of weave themselves, and they tell me what order we need to go in and how do you mix a short film with a microfilm, with a long film, with a feature. And, it's 3 days, 2 days where I also bring in visual arts. I bring in dance. You're talking about Buto. I'm always looking for live performance. Food, I feed people. At the winter event, we bring in stuff from Central America because I'm trying to open up a channel of cultural entrepreneurialism that we don't have as a community. So it's a different kind of film event where you come and you can eat and you can watch performance and you have all of these elements. And it's about drawing people together from all these disciplines because that's what you need to create this kind of film that doesn't always have backers. It's not. It's going to be money. There's not going to be a lot of money thrown at it because it's not necessarily a money maker.
Right.
It's a spirit maker. It's spirit making film.
I feel you, and I hope everybody else watching this is feeling it. And it's going to be at the parks. I understand you have
Yes.
one at Hunts Point, right?
We have 3 parks.
Okay.
Originally it was 4, but we have 3 parks. On Saturday the 12th, we are at the beautiful Hunts Point Riverside Park. Mm-hmm. And on the 19th, we're in Crotona at the amphitheater. And we close on Saturday the 26th at Joyce Kilmer Park in the political heart of the Bronx. That's where I want to be. I say, we're here,
Right.
we're strong, we're going to draw together, we're going to open some doors for ourselves. And we want you to know that we're here because there is a lot of development coming to this borough. There is a lot of film coming to this borough. And if you didn't know, there was a version of the Titanic shot in Hunts Point back in the 30s.
We can't go into the history of that
It's
because we're running
fascinating.
out of time. But I would love to, but we can't because we're running out of time.
BronxWorldFilm.org. Go to the website. You can see what we've done. We have a crowdfunding campaign. Be a part of that. You can look at what we've done. If you're a filmmaker, you're creating art house film, send us some work. Let's see what you have. Let's see how we can weave it into the August program or the winter program.
Wonderful. Welcome back
Rhina,
home.
thank you very
Woo,
much.
bravo.
It was great to be.
Okay, Thank
be
you
here.
for being
I
here and
appreciate
sharing
it.
it with our audience. Once again, you guys be sure to catch the Bronx World Film Cycle taking place on Saturday, August 12th from 6 to 10 at the Hunts Point Riverside Park. And again, if you have films or you're interested in learning more, visit BronxWorldFilm.org. Okay, we're taking a quick break, but don't go anywhere. Bobby C's A Weekly Sports Roundup is coming up next.